What is up? And welcome in. It is May 28th, 2022. This is Post Loons, presented by Pence Homes, 9th Street Soccer and Coffee, and our friends over at Stimulus Athletic as well. Big thanks to them for supporting the show. Big thanks to everybody who is tuning in to the post-game stream, despite the fact that we are talking about a 1-0 loss at the hands of NYCFC at home at Allianz Field. It's continuing a bit of a what seems like a downward spiral for this Minnesota United club as we now hit, I believe, a much needed international break for the Loons. How's it going? My name is Jeremy Rushing. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. I very much appreciate it. As you are tuning in and getting into the stream, a few things, if I may. First, give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. That would be awesome. If you'd like to contribute to the conversation, please leave a question or a comment on YouTube as well. That would be awesome. Tap the bell for notifications, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, if you're watching over on Twitter and you would like to get involved in the conversation, you're going to need to head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com. Just look up Sota Soccer, look up Post Loons. You'll be able to find us there. But if you don't want to get involved in the conversation, you kind of just want to watch the show and you're over on Twitter, that's fine. Give us a like and a retweet. That would be amazing. We would very, very much appreciate it. Yes, 1-0 is the loss. And a bit of an example here from our guy Christian on how you can get involved in the conversation. He says, another night of missed opportunities. Ray losing the ball. Franco having the yips inside the box. Amarillo wasting offensive chances. Sloppy play with lots of yellows. And he is not happy with the manager performance so far this year. Yeah, I mean, missed opportunities. The common themes continue for Minnesota United. That's my biggest takeaway from this entire match, is that the common themes continue, and they're not just one-off, hey, this will be fixed type issues. These issues are it's very apparent that these are more long-term type issues, more wide-ranging issues that it's going to take a lot more than just a couple Band-Aids to fix. The biggest issue, as Christian alluded to, missed opportunities, missed chances in the final third. Whether it's a shot going wide that should definitely be on target, or a shot going right at the keeper that should definitely pick a side, or a build-up play that just results into nothing. We've seen a lot of that so far this season, and all of that was on display tonight against NYCFC. And that's going to take me to my three things, and that is my first thing, actually. More missed opportunities. How many times are we going to watch this team build up a counterattack only for the final pass to go to nobody, or only for a cross in the box when there are multiple options to find the head of a defender, or just that final pass not going where it needs to be? Or guess what? If that final pass does hit a foot, the shot inexplicably goes wide, or goes right at the keeper, or goes above the bar. There's just something, that puzzle piece is just still missing for this team in the final third. And for the life of me, I don't know what piece fits in to complete that puzzle. I feel like so many different things have been tried in the final third, and nothing seems to be working. So that's my biggest thing, my first thing. My second thing on the positive side, talking about common themes, Dane St. Clair kept Minnesota United in the match once again. Almost single-handedly kept Minnesota United in the match. Excellent saves between the 63rd and 69th minute, I believe that range was. He was great all night long, really matching the effort of Sean Johnson as well, who had another clean sheet tonight, his 6th in a row, his 8th this season. I mean, he's far and away been the best keeper in the league, but Dane St. Clair was with them step for step again tonight, showing that he is one of the best keepers in the league once again, in a direct matchup with statistically the best keeper of the league. Dane St. Clair showed up, but it seems like a lot of the rest of the team did not. And talk about common themes. That definitely is a common theme for this team over the last month or so. My final thing, I've already alluded to it. This international break could not come soon enough, and could not come at a better time. You get 3 weeks off now to just hit the reset button and you need to hit that reset button if you're Minnesota United. You're coming off a loss to Union Omaha to get bounced from the U.S. Open Cup. You're coming off this loss. You really haven't gotten a win. I guess you got to win at FC Dallas. That was your last really real positive result. But all in all, over the last month, the results have been overall not great. You've had a couple of wins in there to sort of, again, kind of put a Band-Aid on it, if you will. But you need the international break, and you need it bad right now if you're Minnesota United. 3 weeks until your next competitive match. You have the friendly against Paderborn on the 11th. But this time off will be, I think, good for Minnesota United, and hopefully they come out of this international break with a few of these questions answered. Again, if you want to get involved in the conversation, feel free to drop a chat. Would very much appreciate your input and your reaction to the match tonight. If you have a few things or one thing that you want to contribute to the conversation, go ahead and do that. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, drop that question or comment as I go ahead and shout out one of the local establishments that is, basically single-handedly responsible for making this possible. And that's our friends over at Pence Homes. Nate Pence, avid Minnesota United supporter, avid supporter of Minnesota soccer as a whole. You'll see him out at Minnesota Aurora matches, Minneapolis City matches as well. Just a great guy doing great things for the Minnesota soccer community. But also, he's a great guy who's also a great realtor and runs a great realty business at Pence Homes. PENTZhomes.com, or email him directly, Nate@PenceHomes.com. If you're looking to buy or sell, see, he and his team specialize in buying and selling homes in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area. They're very, very good at what they do. They have a ton of great reviews, which you can check out on their website. So not only are they ingrained in the soccer community, they're also going to help you navigate this weird market and buy, sell, or both. So go check them out. Again, Pence Homes, PENTZhomes.com, or email Nate@PenceHomes.com. There we go. Figured that one out. And let Nate and his team help you out if you're looking to buy or sell in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Big thanks again to Pence Homes for supporting Post Loons and Sota Soccer. So let's get into these game notes here. And again, while I'm doing this, if you have some reaction to the match that you would like to drop into the chat, get your voice heard, if you will, go ahead and do that. But pre-game, we didn't know what we would get on the field personnel-wise for Minnesota United. In addition to Michael Boxall and Kervin Arriaga being out with suspensions, you had Tyler Miller out with an abdominal injury, Roman Metnera still out with the thigh, and then, of course, you have Hassani Dotson and Patrick Weah out for the season with knee injuries. But on top of that even, you had 4 questionables in Luis Amarilla, Abu Danladi, Robin Lod, and Will Trapp. We saw all 4 of them tonight, which is good, which is a positive. We saw Robin Lod and Will Trapp in the starting lineup. So the questionables, while seemed a little scary at the time, all 4 found the field, which was a positive, although it didn't result in a positive result for Minnesota United. The lineup looked like this for the Loons, though. It was Dane St. Clair in goal, Kamar Lawrence left back, center back pairing of Bakaye Dabasi on the left, Brent Coleman on the right, and then DJ Taylor at the right back position. Defensive midfielders, Joseph Rosales and Will Trapp. Franco Fragapane, left wing, Amino Reynoso at the 10, Bangi Hlongwani, right wing, and Robin Lod up top. All in all, considering the circumstances, I thought this was a pretty strong 11 to roll out, especially against the defending MLS Cup champions. But we know what the result is. So how did we get to that result? Let's get into these game notes here. So it all started in the 4th minute. Now, we talk about missed opportunities. That was right off the bat for Minnesota. They came out on the front foot, as they have a lot of times this season. But furthermore, again, you come out with really nothing to show for it. And their best opportunity early on was in the 4th minute. Kamar Lawrence crosses into Bangi Hlongwani, who makes an extra poke, really nice extra pass here, just a little flick to Fragapane. But the shot just, it isn't out of reach for Sean Johnson. It's not a good enough shot for a keeper of that caliber. You need to make him really outstretch for the ball. You need to pick a side. All Sean Johnson really has to do is sort of make a half dive, and he makes a save there in the 4th minute. And then we skip all the way to the 29th. This was the lone goal of the match, and it's Alexander Callens bearing a header off a corner It's a set piece, pretty simple. Set piece defending was a real problem for Minnesota United tonight. It cost them in the 29th. They're down 1-0. Now, the 35th before half, they get a really good opportunity to do the Loons to equalize. And it's off the head of Brent Coleman. He gets a clean header off the corner from Reynoso, but it goes off the post. The woodwork just not kind to Minnesota in the first half. And that's how we go into halftime, 1-0 to score. 53rd minute, Amaria's shot is blocked, but right to the foot of Coleman. He finds the back of the net, but he, along with three other Loons, are about a mile offside. If you see the replay, it's pretty ridiculous how far offside they are, though it is really just a product of kind of how that whole sequence went. So it's really nobody's fault that they're caught out of position and offside, but it is kind of funny to see that replay. They're way offside. So it's no question why that goal was disallowed. 63rd, NYC nearly doubles their lead, but it's Dane St. Clair just able to get a paw on the corner in. And then the ball goes to the other side of the pitch where there's a cross in now from the other side and finds a clean head, but somehow goes over the bar and the Loons stay in striking distance. 67th, they force a turnover in a dangerous position to Minnesota. Fragapane tries to take his man one-on-one and just a shot that leaves a lot to be desired. It's not deflected. There was no corner. It was out for a goal kick. And I'm not sure how this shot ends up the way it does, but it really just weakly bounces to the side of the net, and no real danger there ending up in that sequence. 69th minute, NYC in on goal, but Dane alertly comes off his line to cut off the angle, is able to make a big time save to keep the Loons within a goal. And then we go now to the 90th. Minnesota pressing for an equalizer. Reynoso takes a shot from outside the 18. It's deflected, and somehow, I'm not still looking at this replay 3 or 4 times. I am not sure how Sean Johnson is able to shift his weight to get in front of this deflected ball. This would have been a great shot as is, but it ups the degree of difficulty that this shot is then deflected, because now Johnson has to completely shift his weight over to the left, and he is able to just, again, somehow get a diving paw on it. And the save then, because he's not done, because the save goes right to Robin Ludd, who fires on net. Johnson's able to get to his feet and push it up over the bar. And I'm still baffled as to how this was not a goal for Minnesota. But Sean Johnson does the job again to maintain the clean sheet. And 90 plus, and that's not even the end of the danger, because into stoppage time, the Loons really turn desperation into quality opportunities to equalize. 90 plus 2, a beautiful long ball finds the foot of Amaria, but he just takes a little bit too long to decide what he wants to do with it, or he's just too slow after bringing that ball down, because the defender is able to get in and deflect what would have been an unimpeded shot on goal. It goes wide for a corner. And on that corner, Reynoso finds a clean head, but Johnson is alert again and able to tip it over the bar. And that is really it for the match. The final whistle blows at about 90 plus 4, and the Loons come out 1-0 on the wrong side of that scoreline. Once again, the Loons on the wrong side of the scoreline. Last week was a good week MLS-wise for the Loons. If you take out the Omaha loss, which it's hard to overlook the Omaha loss and sort of compartmentalize that. But if we take that away, you get a result at home against the Galaxy, and then you go on the road and you beat FC Dallas. Pretty good. And then tonight, though, you welcome the defending champs, and I get they're the defending champs, but so many opportunities. It's really hard to swallow a 1-0 loss in this match because of the opportunities. You waste a great performance from Dane St. Clair. It's hard to not come out of this match with a result, let alone a win. I think if we put our objective glasses on in this match, I think you expect Minnesota to win this kind of match where Dane has such a great performance, where they have so many opportunities. But considering the way things have gone, I think you would take a result in any case in this type of match, and you don't even get that. 1-0 on the wrong side of the scoreline. More missed opportunities, more what I call nothing counters, just continued frustration as these common themes continue to keep setting in and rearing their head for Minnesota. Before we get to some of the bigger picture items and look ahead, we're going to shout out our friends over at 9th Street Soccer and Coffee. Derek Swanson and the team at 9th Street have been so good to us over at Sota Soccer and Post Loons. We really appreciate all the work they have done to help us out. And we would like you to help them out, because this is one of the coolest places you can find if you're a fan or a player of soccer in the Twin Cities, because it's part indoor soccer facility, part coffee shop. So they have pickup 5 nights a week at least, where you can go and get your pickup fix in. Very, very affordable pickup play over at 9th Street. It's indoors, so rain or shine, doesn't matter the weather. You can go and get a game in. You can also go and take advantage of their coffee shop too. Great coffee, great drinks there as well. They always have soccer on the TV. So if you're a soccer player, great for pickup. If you're a soccer coach and you're looking for some indoor space for your team to get some work in, you can reserve a field over at 9th Street. If you want to reserve the field for just like a group outing or a party, you can do that as well. Or if you're just a fan of soccer, you want to go find a place during the day to go watch some soccer, go watch some footy, and maybe do some work and maybe just drink some good coffee in the process, 9th Street is the place to go. And on top of all that, you can order some great coffee from 9th Street as well. Their Galazzo brew is fantastic. I've gotten like 2 or 3 bags of it. I drink it basically like that all the time because it's so delicious. So check them out, 9thstreetmpls.com. You can see it spelled out, NINTHSTREETMPLS.com, or follow them on Twitter and Instagram at 9th Street MPLS. So where do we go from here if you're Minnesota United? Well, you have the international break, which again, could not come at a better time. You're off for a while. June 11th, you welcome SC Paderborn from Germany to Allianz Field, and then you kick league play back off in 3 weeks, June 19th in New England. What needs to happen? Guys need to get a little healthy. You need some more chocolate milk? Mm-hmm. I'll be up in a minute. You want to come say hi to the people? You want to come sit on my lap and say hi? Mm-hmm. Okay, come here. My daughter wants to say hi. Hopefully this can put some smiles on your faces out there in Loons land as you're sort of licking your wounds after that. Oh, we got to put this down too, Gabby. Say hi.
Hi.
Say sorry the Loons lost.
Sorry the Loons lost.
What do you think they need to do, Gabby? Do you think they need to get a little bit more clinical in the final third? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they need to start taking advantage of some opportunities? Yeah. Do you think they need to stop wasting good performances from Dane St. Clair? Yeah. Yeah. 3 for 3 there. Gabby understands. Yeah. She's sticking her tongue out. She knows what's up. And she's excited for the 3-week break because she gets her dad all to herself for 3 weeks without any soccer coverage getting in the way. So that's fun, huh? So yes, you get the 3-week break. I think this team needs to look at how they attack and with the quality they attack in. I think Robin Lood's your striker. I think that your first team wingers, so to speak, are probably Fragapane and Hongwane. It's nice to have a guy like Abu Danladi coming in off the bench. And I think you got to find more ways to attack than just directly through Emmanuel Reynoso. And I think you got to find ways to attack more quickly. Because one of the things that I think really, really nips this team and contributes to their inability to really score at a high level is when they hit counterattacks and when they're just on the attack in general, they seem very slow. It seems like the other team is always able to get back and get set defensively before Minnesota can really take advantage of a counterattack. And that's supposed to be the point of a counterattack, is you get into the box and you get into a goal-scoring opportunity before the defense can get set. But they do so slowly at times, it seems, that they're facing a blocked-in defense, and it can feel like 5-on-8 at times, even though they might be level on personnel with the other team. When you're facing a defense that's already blocked in and you're trying to break that down. I mean, we've seen other teams have struggles with that with Minnesota United too, right? And it seems like they're having those struggles offensively against other teams because they're not counterattacking quickly enough. They're not doing so with pace. So they need to find ways to make that happen. Fragapane, I don't know what is going on with him, if it's an injury that is still nagging him or what. He doesn't seem nearly as fast as he was last year. Hongwane, they need to utilize his speed. Lud, I get that he's more of a false nine, and that's probably his role where he's going to sit deeper. But if he's going to be a contributor, I mean, he is a contributor in attack. But if he's going to really try to maximize his output from the striker position, I think he needs to play a little bit more forward, and he needs to get in those attacking positions on those goal scoring positions, positions quicker. So that's where I see this Minnesota United team. And we have 3 weeks to figure it out before June 19th when you go to New England. So we'll see what happens. I will have a recap up at sotasoccer.com after the press conference is complete. I will look over all those quotes from Adrian Heath. Will be interesting to see if any players are involved in the press conference as well. So we'll get that recap out for you ASAP at sotasoccer.com. Big thanks to everybody who supports sotasoccer.com, who checks us out. We really appreciate it. We have not just Minnesota United stuff up there, but we're covering Minnesota Aurora. We're covering the USL League 2 clubs in Minneapolis City and St. Croix. We have league recaps every week for the NPSL and the UPSL. So a lot of great Minnesota soccer content out, not just the Loons either, just all Minnesota soccer is covered there at sotasoccer.com. And if you want to support what we do and help us out there, you can go to patreon.com/sotasoccer and become a patron for as low as $5 a month. So we would really appreciate your support if you can lend it to us. And speaking of support, one last shout out to give, and it's to our friends over at Stimulus Athletic. Visit stimulusathletic.com because they can hook your team up with quality game gear and apparel. But even if you're not the coach of a team, even if you're not an athletic director, you're not involved in a soccer club, they can hook you up with some great athleisure wear. I actually wore some yesterday, and I wore it all day yesterday. Yeah, exactly, Gabby. Can you say athleisure? Can you say athleisure wear? That's close enough. So I wore a Stimulus Athletic athleisure t-shirt basically all day yesterday. I wore it all day for work, at home, I should say. And then guess what? I kept it on and went out on a date with my lovely wife. They're very, very versatile clothing. I'll tell you that much. So head to stimulusathletic.com and click that Get Started button if you want them to help you out with your team's quality game gear and apparel next season. They can hook you up with some awesome jerseys. Just ask the folks over at Minneapolis City the type of work that Stimulus can provide. Or if you're just an everyday person looking for some athleisure wear, head to stimulusathletic.com as well. As you can see, I got some parenting responsibilities today. So we're going to cut this one a little bit short, guys. I'm sure we don't want to talk about this loss too much longer. There's really not much more we can say, but just the international break could not come at a better time. I know Gabby's super happy about that as well. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoy these next 3 weeks and enjoy the rest of your long holiday weekend. Again, appreciate all the support with Post Loons and Sota Soccer, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Jeremy Rushing. This is Gabriella. We are out, and we'll see you next time for Post Loons. Bye.